Hi everybody, welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance, A Knight's Tale. And this episode, we're going to do some pretty interesting stuff. Before the start of the episode, I went and sold all the stuff from the bandits and bought me a nice little brigandine, I think that's how it's called. Maybe not. Now, I do look like a straight scrub, so in the next few episodes, I'm probably going to have to go off screen and kill a lot of bandits.
Jesus, look
and go ahead and upgrade my armor so I don't look like a straight scrub for the remainder of the story, because we're pretty much halfway through.
Welcome, Henry.
Now, please go in there. Okay, you didn't. Okay, this is why I need Sir Ratskoblet to come in here, because we need to come in here in this room to do this quest. We need to talk to this guy, but it's locked, so we can't actually go in there, and he will not come out. So you either have to wait for somebody to go in his room, and it's always man Kobla. So I just sit here and wait, I guess. We're just going to sit here and wait to see what happens. Alright everybody, so basically, Fayfar left his room. I waited forever. He should be out of his room somewhere.
Welcome, Henry.
Let's see, where are you? The hell? Oh, I think he's upstairs. Alright, let's go upstairs.
Look where you're going.
Lady, get away from me. Alright, you gotta run up these stairs because you're gonna glitch out. Unpatch that. Should be... There you are. Alright, let's talk.
Henry, I'm glad you came. Greetings. What business have you?
Master Fayfar, I need to speak with you. I found out something about the counterfeit coin.
Did you really? Do tell.
Close to Rovna, I came across a wagon that was transporting the false coins. Unfortunately, I came too late. The carter and his men were dead.
Damn and blast. Do you know who did it?
Yes. A certain knight turned up there. It turned out he was also after the forgers.
Well, that is indeed unexpected. Tell me, what did he say?
His name is Ulrich. He looked like a knight, but he refused to show his master's colours.
Ulrich, you say? Could be anyone. Can you describe him?
An older man with a moustache. But for all his grey hairs, he seemed pretty tough to me.
Doesn't match anyone I've heard of. But then we don't even know if Ulrich is his real name.
I asked him who his liege was, but he refused to tell me.
We live in such strange times. In days past, knights would vie with each other to see who could extol their liege's name the loudest. And today, they take assumed names, hide their emblems, and sneak around the land like thieves.
I got the impression he was hiding his identity because his master's at odds with Sir Radzig.
That may well be. As a staunch supporter of the king, Sir Radzig has many enemies.
He told me that the fake money was being taken to Passau in exchange for gold coins, then that real money was being brought back to the Bohemian lands.
That would explain why those fakes bear the Passau countermark.
His master is allied with the Passau alderman, and they told him to sort it all out.
I wonder who could be behind it all.
He gave me these documents to show you. He seemed to think they prove he was telling the truth. They're the records of the interrogations in Passau, and some other things he said you'd understand better than him.
Let me see. We, the aldermen of the city of Passau, interrogation held this day, put to pen by the quaestor. The place of origin is a monastery in the land of Bohemia. Which certainly confirms my suspicion that something underhand is going on in Sassau. Coin assay report. Copper core coated with amalgam. Ah, but this is interesting. Here's an outlying description of how the forgeries are made. I'll have to study it more closely. We command Herr Ulrich to investigate and let no man stand in his way. This looks like the original safe conduct. It has the seal of the Passau alderman, but they certainly didn't pen this.
How do you know?
I recognize the hand. It's a Clement of Skallitz, the high scribe of the Rosenbergs.
The Rosenbergs? Who's that?
A rich and powerful family in South Bohemia. Burgrave Henry III is a great rival of our King Wenceslas.
So what does all this mean?
Well, it certainly explains why your knight is so mysterious. Anyway, we should be careful. And we shall begin our investigation. The documents show they use silver amalgam for coating copper fakes. That's a lead we can follow.
What?
Silver amalgam. It's produced from quicksilver and silver.
Well, that doesn't sound like something just anyone can get hold of.
You're quite right. You will go to Sasso at once. Look around the forges in the city. Someone must be working copper for them. I, meanwhile, will take counsel with Sir Radzik and then follow after you.
Where shall we meet?
At the inn on Sasso Market Square.
How does life in Rattay suit you?
I suppose it was kind of them to take us in, but then they just left us to fend for ourselves. Nobody gives a damn about us.
I could do with a bite to eat.
So I have to go get something to eat, and then we're gonna head to Sassau and start questioning people. Now he said we gotta go talk to the forgers. Yeah, we could do that, but there's another way that we can do that. And I think if we go talk to there's a couple people we need to question. So when we get there, we'll figure it out. But I'm gonna get something to eat first. Also want to apologize in advance because I'm recovering from being sick. So I might sound a little weird, as well as I might hit the wrong buttons because I've been playing Final Fantasy.
Good health to you, Henry.
Final Fantasy 6? No, Final Fantasy 9. A lot actually. So yeah, I might confuse the buttons there. But anyways, let's head to Sassau and then question people about fake money. All right, so we've made it to Sassau, and now. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's just one of these, whatever. Let's beat him up real quick.
May I disturb you for a moment? What is it then? What? You heard?
Yeah, we know. Yeah, let's fight. I suppose we could talk him out and get some speech points, but this is a lot funner. I think I got like I got some new combos.
Mother's right. I'm useless.
Dude, you're not useless.
Handy with a sword as with a smithy.
You're just a reoccurring NPC. But we gotta go talk to Ulrich, and he's always chilling in this bar right here. Or inn, I guess. It's not a bar. But he's either out here or in this place. Just chilling.
So, what did Master Pfeiffer have to say?
I consulted him and we definitely have a starting point.
Tell me more.
Master Pfeiffer found out they need copper sheets for the core of the coins and quicksilver for the the other part.
I see. They have such materials at the monastery.
Exactly. That's why I'm interested in the local forges.
Yes, that is good. Yesterday, I heard people from the craftsman's yard by the monastery complaining. They said they could not sleep at night because the blacksmith works all the time till dawn.
I see. That's certainly worth asking about. Have you heard anything else?
You said they use quicksilver. There is a painter lodging here who is painting the church in Ujits. I heard him complain also. He said that he went to the monastery for quicksilver and it was all gone.
Well, that's something to follow up as well. Thanks.
Jesus! Look where you're going. God save you.
I hear you've had some
My
problems
pleasure.
with the supply of quicksilver.
Problems? I should say so. For the third time this month they've told me
May
there's
the
none.
Lord watch over
There's no
you,
quicksilver
Henry.
to be had, they said.
And who exactly are you talking about? Who's holding back the goods on you?
The monastery overseer, or his assistant, more like.
So what did the overseer have to say to you?
Nothing. Apparently he doesn't deal in such trifles. Leaves it all to his assistant, the pompous git.
Surely such valuable material can't just vanish. Where can it be?
God
I
be
wish
with
I
you,
knew.
Henry.
Every time I asked for the red paint, there's a different reason why they haven't got the quicksilver to mix it. Once they said the goods never arrived, and another time that the wagon carrying it was ambushed. Then it went astray somewhere.
And you think they're lying?
Jesus, what do I know? But it seems pretty strange to me. 3 times in a row the same thing goes missing. There's bad luck and then there's something else.
What do you need quicksilver for?
I don't. They do. To mix up the red pigment for me. I'm painting the church in Ujits. Can you imagine how stupid those biblical scenes look without red?
Not really.
Then be glad you can. My eyes hurt just to imagine it.
That's all I need to know for now.
Ah. But when you care to buy something before you go, or play a game, I really need some money. I've been waiting here a while and my stay's getting expensive.
Why not? Show me what you have to offer.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and buy something because I feel bad for this guy, so whatever. 158 bucks.
One beer.
What are you?
Alright. So, we have to go to the monastery and talk to the assistant of the guy that's in charge of, I guess, I don't know, like giving everybody or bringing the provisions or the materials that they need. And for some reason, the quicksilver goes missing. So, I'm gonna go ahead and drop some frames real quick. Then we're gonna head up here. We need to find his assistant. That's definitely not the assistant. That is the overseer. This is his assistant. Talk to me, friend.
Good health to you.
Do you have any quicksilver in stock?
Who's asking?
I'm here on behalf of the master fresco painter. He said you sent him away empty-handed 3 times already.
Then I don't have any.
That sounds almost as if you don't want to sell it to me.
It's not that I don't want to. It's that I can't.
Now let's see. But I don't know which one to use, honestly. I mean, I could try to be aggressive.
Tell me this instant what you've done with the goods.
Nothing! And I'd advise you to calm down. We're on hallowed ground.
You're a fine one to speak of hallowed ground, a lying thief in monastic robes. What next? A whore dressed as a nun?
This is blasphemy!
I'll give you blasphemy. I'm sure you know what our Lord did to the money changers in the temple.
What do you mean? You're not going to hurt me, are you?
Tell me what's going on here and I won't have a reason to.
Jesus. But I didn't know anything about any counterfeiting.
For your sake, I hope that's true. Now tell me what's been going on.
I swear, I wouldn't normally do anything like that.
Get to the point.
They came for me at noon. Directly to the office. The overseer was somewhere on his rounds. Some night, it was. Without a crest. Armed. He called himself Sir Jezek, and he had a lackey with him called Rapota, a scruffy fellow with a yellow cape. Always whistling he was. They told me they wanted all the quicksilver we order for the monastery. Of course, I told him that wouldn't be possible.
And then what? Did they threaten you?
Not at first. They tried to bribe me, and when I refused, they started threatening.
How did you hand it over to them?
I take it up the hill behind the monastery here. There's a big tree there with a small chapel underneath. Sometimes Rapota is there waiting for me. If not, I leave it there.
What did they threaten you with?
They said they know people in the monastery. That they'd have me thrown out and beaten for stealing.
And you had been stealing? I mean, before then?
You know how it is. I work my fingers to the bone and they pay me a pittance.
So they knew about you?
Yes, they knew my name, everything.
Very well. Thank you.
Alright, so this dude's a straight up thief. He's been stealing from the monastery and then he didn't get caught. The knight and the little assistant that we learned about have been bribing him to give them quicksilver or to steal quicksilver for them, and then they won't say that he's stealing stuff. Now we have to go talk to Master Faithful right now and tell him what's going on, and then he'll hopefully help us out. Now again, we could go to the forgers and stuff. This is just one way of doing it, but I found this to be the most efficient way of doing it, and we get to do some pretty cool side quests, or a pretty cool side quest, I guess. So Master Fafar is over here in the Scribes building. And he's looking like a straight scrub. That's not him. It's not him either. What the hell are you, dude? Walked out.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
You look different, Master.
So as to fit in. I don't want it known that I'm in town.
Right.
So what have you found out so far?
I found out where they get their quicksilver from. You were right, it was the monastery.
It was the only logical explanation.
It changed hands on the hill behind the monastery.
Have you been there to have a look around?
Not yet.
Maybe it would be worth the time.
I'll go and see.
And have you found out who's behind it?
Someone called Rapita.
Not much, but it's a start. At least it's not a common name. Listen, Henry, I had another thought on the way here. Those counterfeiters have to have a punch die to make the fake coins.
Yes, of course.
That's sophisticated work. There's a man I know who works at the monastery yard, Master Engraver Jerome of Silesia.
You don't suppose that he's...
No, not that, God forbid. I know him well. He'd never do anything like that. But he runs an engraving workshop, so he might have heard something.
Very well, I'll ask him.
But ask with tact. I don't want him getting offended. And I prefer you not to mention me at all.
I'll try to think of something. That's all.
Alright, so now we get to go talk to Fafar's friend, and that will pretty much set in motion the quest, or the side quest that we're gonna need to do to complete this little, it's not this little side quest, but this main quest. Now, I know it seems like it's pretty easy, but there are a lot of ways to do it, and also, I already know what to do, so if you know what to do, it goes by pretty quick, but yeah, hopefully I might do some side quests, I don't know. After I'm done with the main story, I'll probably do some side quests, or maybe start another game, but I don't know what other game I would record. Maybe I don't know. There's a game coming out that I'm gonna record with my brother. It's a 2-player game. I think it's called The Way Out or something. So that's gonna be fun. But this is the guy's building. I think he's upstairs. I don't know. In this LP, everybody's moved. Might be outside. Oh, he's right here.
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
How goes the work, Master?
Getting there, getting there. You need something, my boy?
What are you doing here, anyway?
You're in an engraver's shop, my boy. We're engraving, of course.
Yeah, but engraving what? And what's it used for?
Oh, we engrave wood and stone as well as metal. Here in the monastery, it's mostly about decoration.
You've got quite a large workshop, Master. You don't do all the work alone, surely?
I'm usually here with my apprentice, Florian. Of course, by simple observation, you'll note that this is not currently the case, and I'm here alone, which means that either I'm a liar or something out of the ordinary has occurred.
I see. I think. So what's happened to Florian?
He shares the fate of the pharaohs for today. The 5th scourge of Egypt did smite him, the plague, or so his message advised me.
Jesus Christ, the plague?
Do remain calm. I'm quite certain the plague from which Florian is suffering wasn't a judgment from on high, or if it was a judgment on excessive drinking. I'm told such an ailment can be of truly biblical proportions.
What's he like, your apprentice, Florian?
I'm afraid that his exuberant youth has taken its toll. He's been acting strangely of late. I fear he has delusions of persecution.
I don't really know what you mean, at all.
Recently, for example, he told me that someone was following him, and the very next day he bought a padlock from the blacksmith and locked up his chest, as though I would ever sneak into it. In any case, why the interest? Are you looking for him?
Something like that.
May I ask why?
We've been friends since childhood. I wanted to see him.
Making friends has been a skill of his from his earliest days. Unlike making anything related to his trade. About your question, you'll find him at home. No doubt feverishly dying. He sleeps in the baker's cellar.
Ah, thank you. Does Florian have any enemies?
A man such as he certainly owes money at every turn, and the parents of local girls are undoubtedly displeased with his attempts to propagate. However, most recently it was that fury from the baths who accosted him in quite a spectacular rage.
A woman from the baths? What did she do?
The harpy nearly tore all Florian's hair out. I don't frequently feel sorry for my ne'er-do-well apprentice, but on that occasion I made an exception.
Do you have any idea why she did it?
She was screaming about some girl, some flighty bath-maid, Esther. I would say that Florian had felt the joys of spring and acted accordingly, although one would have thought they'd be used to that sort of thing at the bathhouse.
Thank you. I'll leave you to your work.
Alright, so that was quite a bit of information. But he basically told us that Florian is sick, that he feels like he's being persecuted, and most importantly, that he got into some sort of altercation with one of the bath maids at the bathhouse. So if we know anything about this game, we know that he's being persecuted because he's shady as hell. But before we go talk to him, we should probably investigate what the hell's going on at the bathhouse and why that lady was so pissed off at him, so that maybe we can use it against him when we talk to him. So the bathhouse is over here, right there. I want to talk to the main squeeze right here.
Welcome, Henry.
How do you know my name?
I hear you're at odds with apprentice Florian.
At odds? I'll give you at odds. It's that sod's fault they took my Esther. Poor girl. I shudder to think what's become of her.
What exactly happened?
This man came in wanting a bath, and Esther with it. She doesn't normally offer that kind of service, but I didn't see the harm, so I sent her in to him. And suddenly I hear screams. So I run out, and I see the bastard pulling her out of the tent and shoving her into a boat.
I'm sorry they took her, but what exactly has it got to do with Florian?
They shouted at me to tell Florian that when he wises up, he'll get the girl back.
I assume that Florian knows this, Esther.
You know village girls. They don't get much of a choice. Every other knave has a turnip for a brain, and if they don't, they're relatives. And then some young dandy turns up who writes her little poems. What's the poor girl to do? And this is how it ends. She should have stuck with the turnip heads.
Where can I find this Florian? I'd like to ask him a few questions.
He works in the engraver's workshop at the monastery craftsman's yard. And if he's not there, he'll be holed up like the rat he is in the cellar he rents from the baker. He's afraid of me, for sure.
What did the bailiff make of it?
Don't even get me started on that. He's another fine... I won't say what. I told him everything, but he says he won't do nothing about it.
How's that then?
He wouldn't tell me to my face, of course. But people here don't think much of us. There's some as reckon my Esther deserves what she got. Poor girl.
It sounds like you were close to Esther.
I loved her like my very own. She came to me as an orphan, like a wolf child she was. I raised her and taught her and gave her a job, and now she's gone. Who knows if she's even alive? God bless.
Alright, so we learned that Esther and him got something going on, that somebody took Esther as a means to get Florian to do something for them. We also learned that that he lives in the cellar under the baker. I mean, we already knew that, but there it is. And also that the bailiff's shady as hell. Now, I imagine if we go talk to the bailiff, we can find some sort of information, but we don't need to do that. We just need to go talk to Florian. He should be in his house.
Good God, you look terrible. Did someone attack you?
You look quite sprightly for an invalid.
What? Who the hell are you?
My name's Henry. and I'm making inquiries for Sir Radzig Kobyla.
And what do you want from me?
Straight to the point then? All right. I've been investigating counterfeit money and the trail led me straight to you. Does the name Rapiter mean anything to you?
I don't know. Maybe?
Don't bother. I know you know him. You make the punch dies for the counterfeiters. How do you hand them over? Do you know where their workshop is?
I can't say anything. I'll deny everything and you've got nothing on me. No evidence, just accusations.
It's got something to do with that girl, hasn't it?
How do you know?
That doesn't matter.
No, I suppose not. I didn't want to get involved, I swear. Those bastards kidnapped Esther. If I don't cooperate, they'll kill her.
I'm sorry about that.
Me too. Listen, I'll tell you everything, I promise. But only if I know that Esther's safe.
What, so I'm to go searching for her in the woods?
I know where they're keeping her, but nobody will help me. And what can puny little me do faced with those strapping great villains?
Very well. I'll bring back your Esther.
Really?
Yes, but then you have to tell me everything.
I will. I swear to God Almighty. Please, just bring her back to me. Nothing else matters.
Where are they keeping her?
In the Skallitz hills. There are some abandoned cottages around the mines. That's where I saw her last. They took me there when I said they had to let me speak to her.
All right. I'll go there and try and think of something.
You're my saviour.
Don't get your hopes up. Anything could happen.
Alright. So now we have to go find Esther. This is the little side quest I was talking about. I could have denied it, but I could have just like tried to talk him out of it and make him tell me. But why not? Let's do a side quest. It's a pretty neat side quest. I'm just gonna fast travel to Skallitz and then head down. So see you guys when we get to Skallitz. Here we are in Skallitz, and now we're gonna pretty much head south until we get to the destination we're supposed to be at. It's a little camp where they're keeping that girl captive. I did sleep until basically daytime. Alright, we need to go up here. I slept until the morning and then came over here because I don't like doing quests at night, especially in my weakness, especially in the wilderness, like stuff like this where there's no lighting, because I'm not sure how it's gonna show up after YouTube rendering and stuff. So I'd rather just do it in the daytime when you guys can see everything and all the movements and all that stuff. Now we get a little area right here, but basically she's near a camp. I think it's that camp up there. Yeah, it's this one right here. Look at the map. It's right there. We gotta kill 3 baddies, so let's do it. The sheep, what? Hey, what's going on, guys? You got any breakfast that maybe I can have?
What have we got here? Entertainment, great.
Entertainment? Oops.
Over here. Where is everyone? Quick!
Ooh, that hurt.
Hey, all of you, gather here.
Back up.
Over here. Where is everyone? Quick!
Nope. Come on, shield guy. If you're wondering why this guy's holding out the best, because he's got some pretty awesome armor. It's actually got the arm. He's got some armor pieces that I want. So I really am interested in this guy's death. I'm using a pretty shitty sword too, so I mean, it's not like. This guy's tough. How do they counter that stuff? No, you're gonna die. No, come on. Okay. Sometimes they don't die, and that's the stupidest thing in the world. But I really need him to die because I want to get his stuff. Let's go ahead and loot this stuff. I don't think I ever went through the looting process with you guys, but basically I just take anything that's over $100, over 100 not dinars, groschen, or anything that I need, that I want. So these things I want over 100, so that's that. This guy 500, amazing, 100. Plain riding ones, those are better than the ones I got, I think. And we'll grab we'll grab that because I need it. We don't have any of those right now. I think we already got the key, but we'll grab another one. 100, 200 groschen bow. Dang. Oh, that's pretty much it. All right. So we're gonna want to put on, and I drop anything that's stolen, basically. I don't want to have stolen stuff on me. Oh, the riveted pauldrons are stolen. It doesn't matter. In a couple of days, they're not going to be stolen anymore. So, and I really want to wear them, so I'm going to wear them. I want to wear that. That's annoying how that's stolen for some reason. Maybe it's because the bandits stole it from somebody before I fought them, and so they're registered as stolen. Now, if a guard catches us, he's gonna think that we stole these from like somebody, I guess. But they're wrong. They're wrong. I'm not a criminal. Did I put all my stuff? Yeah, I put all this stuff in my horse. All this stuff is worth a pretty good amount of money. I wonder if I pick this up. No, it still says to steal it. Let me see. Yeah, dang it. Alright, that's good enough. Let's go free this girly girl.
Please.
They won't hurt you now.
However did you find me?
Florian told me where they took you.
I'm a fool. I thought he was just a dandy, God knows why. And it turns out he's a villain in league with thieves. And a coward too. This whole time he knew where I was.
It's not Florian's fault. He was terrified they'd do something to you. They had him over a barrel.
You're right. Poor Florian must have been more scared than me.
I'd say so.
We should probably set off.
I'll go with you. I'd hate to lose you on the way.
Alright, so if you say that you'll go with her, it's just going to teleport you back. Save you some time. Well, not teleport you back. Basically like a fast travel without actually wasting time. So yeah, it is kind of a teleport. I think it's funny like where they leave you, the teleport or the fast travel. It sort of puts you like right in front of like right in somebody's backyard. This lady's like, what the hell, dude? But yeah, now we can go talk to this guy and tell him that we rescued his gal.
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
I found that Esther of yours.
I know! Back already. How can I ever thank you?
By telling me all about the goings-on with Rapita.
They found me in the tavern one evening. Caught me when I went to the ship pile. They started to badger me about working for them.
They?
Yes, Rapita. And a knight they called Sir Jezek.
And then what?
They explained what they wanted from me and I told them to sod off.
I'm guessing that didn't go down too well.
It wasn't all that bad. They just threw me on the dung heap and left. I thought it was just a drunkard's joke. But then they took Esther.
Where will I find Rapiter?
He's usually wherever I am.
What does that mean?
He watches me. Everywhere I go. And when I'm at home, he sits on the bench in the square, watching my house.
So he's there now?
Hard to say. Sometimes I see him in the tavern on the green, buying supplies.
All right. At least I know where to start. And you go to work tomorrow, you hear?
Why?
Because we have to lure him out. And besides, your master will surely be glad to see you.
I have my doubts.
Why didn't you tell anyone?
At first I took it for a bad joke. And then they snatched Esther. There was nothing to be done.
I suppose I'd better go. I'd hate the bastard to get away.
Good luck, and thanks for the help.
Alright, so Rapita he's actually lady. He's actually outside of this guy's house, and usually he's somewhere around here behind this bush. Sometimes he's right there. He's pretty recognizable once you know who he is. You see him right here? Yeah, that's him. He was buying supplies right there on the green, like he said. So let's talk to him.
Are you Rapiter by any chance?
Pardon me? Do we know each other?
No, but I'm hoping to change that.
Well, I don't have much time right now. I'd best be off.
It'll only take a moment.
All right then. What do you want?
I know you buy quicksilver for those counterfeiters.
It seems there's no point making excuses.
None. Now tell me where their workshop is.
Of course. That will be the best solution.
So?
Let's leave it for another time.
Yeah, so he's gonna start running away. And you just beat him up a little bit. Talk to him.
Are you ready to talk?
I will. Just don't hurt me, please. What do you want from me?
Tell me where the workshop is. Don't worry. Your master won't be punishing you for betraying him. You're both going to have too many other problems.
It's in the Skallitz mines.
That doesn't narrow it down very much.
On the eastern side of Skallitz Hill, there's an abandoned mine gallery. Well, it used to be abandoned. Now there's a small camp in front of it, and the workshop is inside.
Who is your lord?
Sir Jezek of Ronov. That's what he calls himself, although Ronov Castle's long gone.
What happened to it?
Ronov used to belong to Vincent, Count Lichtenberg. After his death, it fell to Margrave Jobst, and he had it pulled down. He knew full well that Vincent's vassals would resist him.
Why? Everyone knows that when a lord dies without issue, the king can confer his estate on whoever he pleases.
But Vincent had descendants. Ronov only fell to the Margrave because he declared them all illegitimate. All because Vincent had refused to fight for him against Sir Prokop. Sir Jezek led a revolt of the vassals, but Jobst rounded them all up. Only Sir Jezek got away. Since then, he's become the scourge of the domain.
Who are you, anyway?
They call me Rapota. I used to be the executioner's henchman in Brno.
And how did you come to be serving Sir Jezek?
I helped him escape from prison. If I was going to serve anyone, better Sir Jezek than the executioner.
So you saw being a brigand's henchman as a step up in the world?
I thought if things changed and he stopped marauding, he might get Ronov back and take me into his service.
Well, after this little escapade, you can forget about that. You'll be lucky if you don't end up swinging on the gallows.
It's all the same anyway now. I've betrayed him.
So who's Sir Jezek working for? Don't tell me he just took it into his head one day to start forging coins.
That's not for me to know. Sir Jezek was on speaking terms with various lordships.
Such as?
We were often guests at the monastery, but I slept in the hayloft, so I heard nothing.
And apart from that?
In the camp, you'd occasionally see a Hungarian nobleman, but I don't know what he was doing there, or who he is.
I think I've heard enough.
Can I ask you something?
Yes?
I don't want to hang. It's a horrible death. I'd prefer you just kill me here and now.
Ah, you're not worth tainting my sword with your blood. Now get lost before I change my mind.
Yeah, I just kind of let him go because, I don't know, I feel bad. He's just some guy, you know, he's some poor assistant to the freaking, what do they call him, like the guy, the executioner. And yeah, I just feel bad for him, you know, he's just trying to make a living out there. He didn't really come in, oh my god. He didn't really commit any crimes, any serious crimes at least. Jessek's the guy that we want, so we're gonna go get him. We want to enlist the help of Sir Ulrich, but before we do that, I'm gonna take a nap in the inn so that I can save. Because sometimes this quest you can mess it up. If you're fighting and you accidentally swing and hit Ulrich, then he will attack you. And you will mess with the quest. So I'm gonna sleep for an hour and then talk to Ulrich. He should be in the bar. Alright guys, so I didn't just sleep. I actually also went to take a shower here in Rattay, and I went to the Rattay alchemy guy and I bought a bard potion because there's a speech check that I really need to pass, or I really want to pass during this quest that I don't think I'm gonna actually get to pass because I don't have a high enough skill, speech skill or charisma that I would have at this point in the story if I was grinding and stuff. So the bard potion should help me out. Anyways, let's talk to Ulrich.
I finally found out where the Forger's workshop is. Master Fayfar was right. The Forgers are sticking close to the supply source. Their workshop is somewhere in the mines. The entrance is on the eastern side of the hill. I've no idea what to expect there, but I'd rather go there with some backup.
I will be glad to give it. Lead on.
Alright, so me and Ulrich are about to attack this camp, but I'm gonna go ahead of him because I don't want him to get in my way and accidentally get hit and then get pissed off. Because the whole point of this story, I really like Ulrich, so I do not want to kill him. That's why I bought the potion, so that pretty much guarantees me passing this speech check so I don't have to fight him and kill him. So here are the guys, some losers. Guys.
Fucking
time, dude. The pig turns up willingly for the slaughter. The idiot attacks blindly. Oh, nice, dude. Ulrich for the rescue. Ulrich's fucking putting in work.
You could have lived a long and happy
No,
life.
you are not going to do that. You're kidding me? God, this sword sucks.
You made a mistake.
Ulrich's getting gangbanged over there. Chow, gotta help my friend. Archers. Gotta love them. Where the hell are you? I'll hit you! I got a freaking arrow that's stuck in my freaking chest.
Your dear will face me.
Leave him alone.
Curse it!
Alright, come here, idiot. Ulrich, where you going, buddy? What the hell is he doing? Jeez, this is annoying.
You're going to cry now.
Seriously, dude, you suck. You're over there bleeding, you're about to die.
Gather your strength. You'll need it.
Seriously. Tired of your stupid ass. No, you're not. No. Yes. Oh, does he have the same pole? I don't know what he's got. But we're about to steal his stuff because these guys actually have some pretty expensive stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and loot them, and then hopefully Ulrich comes back and we'll continue the quest. Alright, so we done looted these guys. Now we're gonna go ahead and drink the bard potion that I bought. Where is it? There it is. That should give us enough speech to pass the speech check that we're about to go up with at the end of this tunnel. And I saw Ulrich run in here when I was looting, so he should be here waiting for me at the end of the tunnel. Come on. So fat. You hear them? I hear them. There we go. The lighting's messed up in this cutscene for some reason, so you'll have to put up with it.
Jesus Christ. Who are you and what are you doing here?
I'm here at the command of the royal hetman, Sir Radzig Kabila.
And who's he?
That's no concern of yours.
I'm sure we could come to some sort of agreement. I have plenty of coin.
We can come to an agreement that you'll keep your mouth shut. Please, don't take this personally.
Wait!
What? Do you want to do it? Be my guest. It gives me no pleasure.
You can't kill him. I have orders to take him to Ratai.
That is unfortunate. I have orders to kill everyone involved in this business.
You can't do that.
I have no choice, as you are aware.
Hurry it up. We haven't got time.
Why do you want to kill him? He may have valuable information.
For that exact reason. My master does not wish this man to fall into the wrong hands, especially those of Radzig Kabila.
You can tell your lord the man is dead. He'll never find out.
But he will. Or do you think you can lock this man away from sight until Judgment Day?
Why not?
Do not be naive, boy. Look around you. This land swarms with rats and snakes, especially now. There is no secret that is not for sale. If I let you have him, my own head will be on a spike before the month is out.
You don't have to go back to the Rosenbergs.
How do you know about the Rosenbergs?
Master Fayfire recognized the writing on your letter of passage.
Just as I said, there is nothing safe from prying eyes in this land. And where would you suggest I go?
Into Sir Radzig's service. He needs people like you.
I serve Kabila. Out of the question. If he learned of all that I did for the Rosenbergs, he would hang me from the nearest tree. But you are right, I do not have to return to the Rosenbergs. In fact, I cannot.
Why not?
I am a knight without a crest, without allegiance. No one was meant to know whom I serve. If the Rosenbergs hear that I have been found out, they will see to it I vanish. They cannot afford to be associated with me.
Where will you go then?
Where the road takes me, as I have many times before. Farewell, Henry.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Poor Wonder Knight. Or not Wonder Knight. That guy's a beast. I wasn't gonna kill him, so I'm glad we passed that speech check. Now let's talk to Jezek real quick.
Please, Please, I'm sure we can come to some sort of agreement.
You can talk all you like.
Oh, God.
Not here, and not to me. Let's go. Let's go. Master Fayfar is very keen to meet you.
Good work, Henry.
Thank you, Master Fayfar. It wasn't easy, I can tell you.
I'll take some men and have a good look around there.
And what should I do?
You should get some rest and go to Rattay. In the meantime, Sir Radzig will have this wretch questioned. Maybe he'll get something useful out of him.
All right. I'll see you in Rattay then.
Alright, so now we gotta go ahead to Rattay and talk to Radzig, I believe. Alright, in that assumption, I really don't want to go to Rattay right now because actually, yeah, let me take this off as I go to Rattay because I don't want to I don't want the guards to sort of assume that I've stolen and put me in jail. So let's head to Rattay and talk to Kobla. Alright guys, so here we are. Back in the castle. I actually went and put my armor on and took a shower because I don't care if I get caught. I'm going to go talk to Radzig.
There's the man. Good work, Henry.
Thank you, sir.
I tell you to take a well-earned rest, but unfortunately I need one more thing from you.
Whatever you command.
Jezek refuses to talk to us. The stubborn bastard's asking to see you.
Me?
Indeed. Normally I'd send for Captain Bernard to beat it out of him, but then I told myself that if he's so keen to speak to you...
I'll try to get something out of him. Where is he?
He's locked up in the tower. Bernard will give you the key.
Very well, sir.
Alright, so that guy wants to talk to us for some reason. Who knows why, but Bernard has the key, so we gotta go get it from him. Oh, come on. He should be where he is always at, the upper castle. Somewhere around there. So let's go find Captain B. Get the key from Captain B. And then we're gonna go question that guy, Jezek, and then that'll be it. For this episode, I think I went over an hour. These episodes are getting pretty long, but I kind of want to put everything in one session just because if people want to, I don't know, if they want to see this part of the... What? If they want to see this part of the story, then
I'll be with you, Henry.
It's useful to have them in like little blocks. So I think he's in the training ground actually. Let's see if he'll give us a key.
How are you, Henry? I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
Alright.
I need the key to Jezek's cell.
So Sir Radzig let him have his way in the end. He should have let me beat some answers out of him.
Don't take it that way. He probably wants to talk to me because he reckons he can hoodwink me. But that's where he's wrong.
Just try not to mess it up. Here's that key.
Thanks.
I find it funny how how like people will call you Sir Knight or whatever if you have a certain amount of armor on. I guess now since I got the pauldrons on and I got the little gauntlets and everything, I guess now everybody calls me Knight. But it's funny that Bernard calls me a Knight, even though he knows damn well I'm not a Knight, or I'm not knighted at least. But the cell is right over here by the red house. The tailor's right here, and the cell. I think it's in here, yeah. Should be in here. It's open, but if we didn't have the key, we could just open it. Anyways, with the key.
Well, finally, I've had quite a wait.
Why do you want to talk to me, of all people?
You brought me here. You should consider it an honor.
It's true to say I have a lot of questions.
Well, there you are, then. It did cross my mind, though, that it might be nice to get some assurances for my cooperation. After all, I'm the one the Margrave unjustly declared the scourge of the land and expelled from Moravia. They even pulled my beautiful castle down. It was the necessity of making a living that forced me to take some liberties.
Do you really want to question the authority of the Margrave?
I've always been loyal to the crown, but what can I do when the Margrave stole my fief?
That's not why we're here. I don't care about your conflict with the Margrave. It's your crimes against the king I'm worried about. The king you say you've always been so loyal to.
Very well, ask me anything you want. I won't be obstructive.
What I want to know most of all is who's behind it. Who are you making those forgeries for?
Do you think I couldn't have handled it all myself?
I'm not trying to insult you. It's just not a job one man could do alone.
All right. The way it began was I was short of coin, as usual. So I let those crimps in Sasau recruit me.
Recruit you into what?
I didn't inquire too much. In this business, you don't ask too many questions. But when they found out I wasn't just anybody, they put me in charge of the counterfeiting. A foreigner by the name of Eric gave me instructions. But for sure, he isn't the chief. And there's someone highly placed at the monastery who's mixed up in it too. But I don't know who.
How did you come to hear of all this business?
I met some old friends in Colleen a few months ago, and they said they were heading for Sasau, that armed men were being recruited, and they'll hire anyone.
Old friends? Who were they?
Just a couple of brigands. We used to ambush the Margrave's messengers in Moravia together.
Nice friends you keep.
I was in dispute with the Margrave. A man in my position finds himself mixed up with all sorts.
And then what?
Rapota and I had been living off stale crusts for a month, so I wasn't going to turn down the chance of work, honest or otherwise. We rode to Sasau and met with the recruiters. It didn't take long to realize I was a nobleman fallen on hard times, not some common peasant.
Can you get to the point?
Well, they introduced me to this Eric, and he told me what was needed. They set up the workshop, got the men, the supplies, everything.
Crimps? You're telling me this Eric is recruiting armed men in Sasau?
Well, it seems so. I was giving the recruiters some of the coins to do it. The fake ones, of course.
Where can I find the recruiting gang?
That's tricky. It was my friends who led me to them. We met with them in the woods next to Sasau. It's about who you know, as always.
You said you gave them money. Where was that?
They'd ride to the mine gallery to see me. I don't suppose you'd find them there now.
If you say so. This Eric, you reckon he's not the one in charge?
He puts on airs, but he's just a naive young pup. And he's always going on about his lord, though he never mentioned him by name.
Where can I find this Eric? You must have had some meeting place.
He used to come to the workshop unannounced. And after what's happened, I doubt he'll be showing his face there again.
This highly placed person at the monastery, what can you tell me about him?
I've no idea who he is, only that he's no small fry. After all, he handles the exchange of the forgeries in Passau.
I see. Is there anything else at all you can tell me about him?
No, he was supposed to supply me with materials too, but he backed out. Eric said he probably got cold feet.
That'll do me for the moment.
Will you put in a word for me with Sir Radzig? I'll swear allegiance to him if he'll have me. I'm sick of being a renegade.
I can try, but I can't promise you anything.
Alright, so now we gotta go tell Sir Radzig what the hell is going on. Sasau seems to be a little mischievous place for having a monastery. There's a lot of shady shit going on there. But I guess it would be the least suspicious place, since they're like, hold no loyalty to anybody or whatever.
So what have you learned?
All sorts of things. There's some foreigner called Eric behind the counterfeiting ring, and someone highly placed at the monastery.
The monastery? Really?
That's what Jezek claimed.
So it's worse than I thought. If this is true, we'll have to proceed with the utmost caution.
Why? Can't we just go to the monastery to investigate?
No. If the church is truly involved, I have no authority.
But if someone at the monastery is perpetrating crimes against the crown...
True enough. Why don't I go and arrest King Sigismund of Luxembourg while I'm about it? He's committed a crime or two as well.
I'll have to think about it. It won't be an easy nut to crack. I'll have to consult with Hanush. And what of this Eric? Who is he?
I don't know, but he's recruiting armed men in Sasau and forming an army.
Damn. So it looks like Pribyslavitz wasn't the end of it.
It most certainly wasn't, sir. And what's more, Sir Jezek is convinced this Eric is only a go-between, and there's someone bigger behind him.
You should return to Sasau and take a closer look at those recruiters. If they're going to attack, we must find out sooner than last time.
It might not be as straightforward as that. Sir Jezek didn't know them and has no idea how to find them.
You'll have to manage somehow, my lad. Don't tell me there's an armed force amassing here and nobody knows anything. Go to Sasau and try to find them.
I'm not sure where to start, sir.
Then ask around the alehouses and inns, or at the Rathaus. Someone must have heard something. These things can't be entirely kept in the dark. Whatever you do, be careful, Henry. And best not mention my name. It would attract unwelcome attention. What we want is for the crimps to take you for just another village lad they can lure into their gang.
All right, sir. I'll try to blend in as best I can.
I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I know of no one else who could help as much as you can now.
Sir, there's one more thing. Sir Jezek went with me without resistance, because I promised him he could come to an agreement with you.
My boy, my boy. You make promises in my name? That could turn out very badly for both of us. But, if it can prevent bloodshed, why the hell not? We may well come to some arrangement after all, but I can't say yet what will become of him. You'd better run along.
As you command, sir.
That's the end of that. So anyways, if you wait a couple of days, then Jezek will actually become a knight and will work for Sir Ratikobla, because he'll just stay in the castle. And then I figured this out by attacking people. Like I was just attacking everybody in Sasau or in Ratai for some reason, because I was bored. And he was one of the guys who came out and met me to attack. So that's pretty interesting. But that'll be the end of this episode. Next time we come back, we'll go to Sasau and figure out what's going on, who are these Crips guys, and if we can join them. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time we play Kingdom Come Deliverance, A Knight's Tale.